The distant horizon glimmered with the faint blue light of the twin suns. On the outer edge of human space, the small colony of Vera Prime had always been quiet, almost forgotten. But today the quiet was broken by the low hum of warning alarms. A human settlement far from the protection of any fleet was under threat. The citizens scrambled, confusion and fear flashing in their eyes. Among them, soldiers hurried to their stations, weapons in hand, knowing that whatever was coming would not wait for formalities. High above the colony, gliding effortlessly in her sleek silver hovercraft, the alien princess observed the commotion. Her eyes, large and iridescent, scanned the colony with precision. Every movement, every detail registered in her mind instantly. She had led peacekeeping missions across countless systems, and yet she never underestimated any threat, no matter how small. The humans of this colony were not as weak as many expected. She had observed enough to know that. Still, the thought of what was about to happen tightened her chest. Her mission was to protect life, yet she had been warned that the attackers were ruthless. She adjusted the controls of her craft, preparing to descend. Meanwhile, a human soldier ran through the streets of the colony. His uniform was worn, his boots caked with dust, but his eyes were sharp and determined. He was no ordinary soldier. There was a fire in him that even his commanders noted. He moved with purpose, pushing through panic-stricken civilians, guiding them toward safe shelters. Something about his movements, the careful way he checked each person, hinted at a deeper skill, something earned not just in training but in life itself. As he reached a narrow alley, he froze. Ahead, a group of children huddled together, their faces pale with fear. The human soldier approached them carefully, crouching to meet their eyes. "It's okay. I'll get you out," he said calmly, his voice steady even though the alarm screamed around them. He remembered what his instructors had taught him. Fear was contagious. Calm was stronger. He led the children through twisting streets, ducking under broken signage and dodging falling debris. His heart pounded, but his mind was clear. Every instinct, every decision was focused on survival. Then from the corner of his eye he saw movement, a shadow that shouldn't have been there. A group of raiders, alien mercenaries, emerged from the darkness, their weapons glowing with deadly energy. Without hesitation, the soldier sprang into action. He grabbed one of the nearest children and pushed them behind a stack of crates. Then, with a precision born from years of experience, he fired his plasma rifle. The first raider fell, and before the others could react, he rolled to the side, dodging a blast that would have ended him. His movements were fluid, confident, almost instinctual, as if his entire body understood the battlefield better than his mind could process. Above, the alien princess had witnessed the entire scene. Her eyes widened slightly, not in shock but in recognition. The courage, the quick thinking, the fearless determination, it reminded her of someone she had once known long ago. Years ago, in a neutral sector far from this place, she had saved a human child from certain death. The memory was faint, almost buried beneath the weight of countless years, but seeing this soldier now stirred it vividly. Could it be the same child? She shook her thoughts aside, focusing on the present. The raiders were skilled, but they had underestimated the humans. She maneuvered her hovercraft closer, descending with grace, and activated her energy shields. A beam of controlled plasma shot from her craft, scattering the raiders and giving the soldier the opening he needed. He looked up, eyes catching the glow above, and for a brief moment recognition flickered, but he did not yet know why he felt this strange familiarity, this sense that he had met someone important before. There was no time for questions now. Civilians still needed saving, and the raiders were regrouping. The soldier led the children toward a small shelter hidden in the corner of the colony. Every step was careful, measured, but quick. He could hear the alien princess's craft hovering above, a protective presence that neither he nor the civilians fully understood. It was like an unseen guardian, powerful and precise. Inside the shelter, the children whispered, eyes wide as the soldier explained what was happening. "They are trying to take our colony," he said softly. "But we won't let them. We're stronger together." There was no arrogance in his voice, only truth. The children nodded, inspired despite their fear. Outside, the raiders attempted another attack, more coordinated this time. They moved with deadly synchronization, their weapons capable of tearing through walls. But the human soldier was ready. He directed the civilians to the safest corner, then stepped into the open, taking position. His rifle hummed as he fired, his aim perfect, each shot calculated, each movement precise. The alien princess observed silently. She could have intervened completely, ending the attack in moments, but she held back. She wanted to see the human's abilities, to understand the depth of his courage, and as she watched, she felt a strange pride swelling in her chest. A particularly dangerous raider, larger and armed with a heavier plasma cannon, charged toward the shelter. The soldier spotted him just in time. He fired, dodged, rolled, and managed to disable the raider with a well-aimed shot. The other mercenaries faltered, surprised by the human's skill and fearlessness. Then, a sudden explosion shook the area. Debris rained down and the soldier was thrown backward. A wall had collapsed and some children screamed, trapped under rubble. He didn't hesitate. Pushing through pain and dust, he lifted the debris, freeing the children one by one. Every action showed his resilience, his dedication, his humanity. The princess finally descended to the ground, landing with silent grace near the edge of the chaos. Her presence was commanding, radiant, and undeniable. The raiders hesitated, unsure whether to fight the alien princess or retreat. That hesitation was enough. The soldier glanced at her and saw the light in her eyes, the strength she carried effortlessly. Something in him recognized her, though he couldn't yet place why. Together they fought side by side. The princess's advanced weaponry and the human's ingenuity complemented each other perfectly. With coordinated precision, they drove the raiders away, saving the colony from destruction. Civilians emerged from hiding, cheering and clapping, their eyes wide in awe at the alien princess and the human soldier who had led them to safety. As the dust settled, the princess approached the soldier. She studied his face carefully. The human's features, his stance, the way he carried himself, all of it was familiar. A memory began to surface like a half-forgotten dream. Years ago, in a distant neutral sector, she had lifted a small human child from danger, carrying him to safety while chaos reigned around them. That child. Could it really be him? The soldier, catching his breath, looked at her with a mix of respect and confusion. There was something in her presence that stirred a memory he could not quite grasp. A warmth, a sense of safety he had not felt in years. I feel like I've seen you before, he said cautiously. But I don't know when. The princess smiled faintly, her eyes softening. Perhaps you have, she said quietly. Time has a way of hiding memories only to bring them back when they are most needed. She didn't reveal too much. It was not yet the right time. There were questions that could wait until the colony was safe. The soldier nodded, unsure why he felt a strange pull toward this alien leader. There was admiration, certainly, but something deeper, something buried in the recesses of his mind. The princess sensed it too, a connection neither fully understood yet. For now, they walked among the survivors, ensuring everyone was accounted for. Children clung to their parents, neighbors embraced, and soldiers organized defenses in case of another attack. The princess and the human soldier remained close, an unspoken partnership forming between them. By evening, the skies darkened as the twin suns set. The colony had survived, but the tension remained. The raiders were only scattered, not defeated. Tomorrow would bring more challenges, perhaps even more danger. But tonight there was a moment of calm, a fragile peace in which two lives intertwined in ways neither could yet explain. The soldier finally allowed himself to sit for a moment, his back against a wall, observing the alien princess. There was admiration in his gaze, a quiet acknowledgement of her strength and skill. Yet a flicker of recognition lingered, teasing at the edges of his memory. The princess, standing a few steps away, observed him in return. She could see the same courage, the same determination she had once admired in the small child she saved years ago. That child had grown into a man capable of facing danger without hesitation. A man worthy of respect and perhaps more. The night fell over Vera Prime, silent except for the distant hum of patrols and the occasional murmur of survivors. Two figures stood together, human and alien, bonded by fate and courage, though neither fully understood the depth of that bond yet. Tomorrow the battle might continue, and the story of their connection would unfold further. But for now, there was a quiet acknowledgement, a spark of recognition, and the promise that this human soldier and the alien princess would face the future side by side, their destinies more intertwined than either could yet comprehend. And in the silence, the princess thought of the day she had saved a human child, wondering how. The first light of Vera Prime's twin suns glimmered on the horizon, painting the colony in shades of gold and silver. The humans had survived the initial attack, but the threat of the raiders remained. The alien princess stood atop a ridge overlooking the settlement, her eyes scanning the distant terrain. She had spent countless years leading missions. Yet moments like this, moments of unexpected connection, made her feel alive in a way nothing else could. Beside her, the human soldier stood tall, his uniform dust-stained and his rifle at the ready. He had spent the night thinking about the strange sense of familiarity he felt toward her. The memory was hazy at first, like a faint shadow at the edge of his mind. But now, with the danger of the previous day behind him, pieces began to fall into place. He remembered a kind face, gentle yet strong, who had saved him when he was a child. Could this be the same alien princess? As if sensing his thoughts, the princess turned to him. Her eyes softened, but her expression remained firm. "Do you remember me?" she asked quietly. "The day I saved you. Years ago?" The soldier's breath caught. The memories surged, blinding, vivid flashes of a distant day when chaos had consumed a neutral sector. He had been small, terrified, trapped under burning debris, and then lifted into safety by a being unlike any he had seen before. It's you," he said, awe and disbelief mingling in his voice. "You saved me." A faint smile touched her lips. "And now I see the man you have become. Courageous, smart, brave beyond measure." Her words were soft, yet they carried the weight of recognition and pride. For a moment, the past and present seemed to merge. The child who had been saved and the soldier who now stood before her were the same yet different. Time had changed him, strengthened him, shaped him into someone capable of standing beside her as an equal, not as a dependent. Their conversation was interrupted by an alert from the colony's sensors. The raiders had regrouped, preparing for a full-scale assault. The human soldier's instinct snapped back into focus. "We don't have much time," he said. "They'll hit from the east. Civilians will need protection." The princess nodded. "Then we fight together," she replied. "We protect them as we always should." They descended to the colony below, moving with silent precision. Soldiers and civilians alike looked to them as symbols of hope. The human soldier coordinated defensive positions, his strategies clever and calculated, utilizing the terrain and human ingenuity. The princess provided powerful support, her alien technology and combat skill unmatched, yet never overpowering the humans. She allowed him room to shine, to demonstrate the strengths that had impressed her so long ago. The raiders arrived in force, their ships casting long shadows over the colony. They fired upon the buildings, creating explosions that sent clouds of dust and debris into the air. The human soldier moved through the chaos with precision, rallying troops, directing civilians, and taking calculated risks that saved lives. Every action demonstrated the best of humanity: resilience, courage, and quick thinking. The princess hovered above the battlefield, firing beams of energy that disarmed and disabled raider weapons without harming civilians. She marveled at the soldier's tactical mind, at the way he adapted to every unexpected threat. Unlike many humans, he did not panic, did not hesitate. He was calm under pressure, decisive and compassionate. Amid the chaos, a group of civilians became trapped in a collapsing building. The human soldier led a small team to rescue them, moving through falling debris and dodging enemy fire. The princess followed, ensuring no raider could flank them. Together, human and alien moved as one, a partnership forged not by orders or duty alone, but by trust and mutual respect. During the rescue, the soldier noticed a small child clinging to the edge of the rubble. He reached out, grabbing the child with one hand while fending off debris with the other. In that instant, he felt the echoes of his own past, the fear, the helplessness, and the miraculous rescue he had once received. The memory surged, and he realized how it had shaped the man he had become. The civilians were safe, thanks to his leadership and the princess's support. Yet the battle was far from over. The raiders had regrouped, more determined than ever. Their leader, a massive armored warrior with enhanced weaponry, advanced toward the colony's center, aiming to break morale by targeting the humans and their alien protector. The soldier squared his shoulders. "We stop him here," he said firmly. His words carried authority, and the soldiers rallied around him. The princess landed beside him, her presence a silent reassurance. Together they moved toward the raider leader, a human and an alien united by courage, strategy, and an unspoken bond. The fight was intense, The raider leader was powerful, his attacks swift and deadly. The human soldier used every skill he had learned: evasion, precision, and quick thinking, while the princess provided cover and counterattacks. They complemented each other perfectly. Where the soldier anticipated the enemy's moves with human ingenuity, the princess reacted with alien precision and superior strength. At a critical moment, the raider leader aimed a blast that could have destroyed the central command of the colony. The soldier acted instinctively, diving in front of the blast and deflecting it with a reinforced shield. The princess followed immediately, engaging the raider in close combat. Her strikes precise and controlled, never endangering the soldier or civilians. Finally, the combined efforts of human and alien overcame the raider leader. He fell defeated, his forces scattering in retreat. The colony had survived thanks to bravery, intelligence, and teamwork. Civilians cheered and soldiers saluted, acknowledging the extraordinary leadership of both the human soldier and the alien princess. After the battle, the colony began to rebuild. The princess and the soldier walked among the survivors, helping wherever they could. Children clung to their parents, inspired by the courage they had witnessed. Adults expressed gratitude, acknowledging that the combined strength of human ingenuity and alien technology had saved them all. Finally, they found a quiet moment alone, away from the noise of rebuilding. The soldier turned to the princess, his expression serious yet tinged with awe. "I can't believe it," he said softly. "I never thought I'd meet you again. After all these years, you saved me and now we stand here together." The princess studied him, her gaze softening. "You have grown into a man worthy of that second chance," she replied. "Courage, compassion, and intelligence, these are not common traits. You have proven that humans can be extraordinary, even in the face of overwhelming odds." For a moment, neither spoke. The weight of history, of memories, of shared experience hung between them. They had crossed species, time, and circumstance, yet found themselves bound by respect and admiration. The soldier finally smiled. I don't know what to say except thank you. Not just for saving me, but for trusting me, for letting me stand here beside you." The princess nodded. "And I thank you for showing me the true strength of humanity. Sometimes it is not just technology or power that saves a life. It is courage, ingenuity, and heart. You embody all of that." As the twin suns set, casting long shadows across the colony, a sense of peace settled over Vera Prime. The battle was over, but the story of human and alien partnership had only just begun. The soldier and the princess shared a quiet moment, acknowledging the bond formed years ago, now strengthened through trials and triumphs. In the weeks that followed, the human soldier remained at Vera Prime, assisting with reconstruction and training local forces. The princess continued her missions but often returned, seeking counsel and partnership with the soldier. Together they demonstrated that humans were not merely fragile beings in a vast universe. They were capable of remarkable bravery and ingenuity, worthy allies in any conflict. The soldier, once a frightened child, had become a symbol of hope. The princess, once a solitary guardian of the galaxy, had found in him a companion and equal. Their destinies, intertwined by chance and courage, had created a story of heroism that would be remembered in both human and alien history. Years later, when peace had returned to the colony, children would listen to the story of the human soldier and the alien princess. They would hear of bravery, trust, and the unbreakable bond that spanned species and worlds. And in that story, they would see the truth. Humans were extraordinary, not because of weapons or technology, but because of their heart, courage, and unyielding spirit. And somewhere in the quiet of the rebuilt colony, the soldier and the princess would look at each other, sharing a glance filled with memories, gratitude, and unspoken understanding. The child who had been saved and the warrior who had been forged by experience were now partners, ready to face whatever the galaxy might bring. Together, the suns dipped below the horizon, casting the colony in a gentle glow. Hope, courage, and the enduring strength of humanity lingered in every street, every building, and every heart. The human soldier and the alien princess walked side by side, silent witnesses to the fact that the smallest acts of compassion could ripple across time and space, shaping destinies in ways no one could have imagined. And as night fell, the princess quietly thought to herself, "The child I saved all those years ago, he has become a man who can change worlds. Perhaps in him, humanity will finally earn its place among the stars."